guys, how's it going? It is me, Megan, and I am back with another video. If you guys are new to my channel, I'm a full-time reseller on Poshmark and a few other platforms, but mostly Poshmark. And here on YouTube, I like to make reseller content. I'll do sold videos like this, I'll do unboxings, I'll do hauls, I'll do all that good stuff. So if that is something you guys are interested in, please make sure to like and subscribe, and that way you'll never miss one of my videos. Sorry, I've been very MIA recently, and yes, I got my hair cut. This is probably the first time you guys are seeing this, but I got my hair cut probably before my birthday. My birthday was May 21st. I don't think I've posted any videos with my hair cut yet. I filmed a few, but like right after that, it was my birthday, got this sweatshirt, we went to the wharf, it was a lot of fun. And then I went on a week-long vacation to North Carolina. So been busy and I've not been home, but I want to get these videos back out for you guys because I like to make them. So I'm going to be going over sales from just this last week, June 4th, was it? Yes, to yesterday, which was June 10th. I missed a couple of sales weeks in May sharing those sales with you guys, but I will be making a video of my top sales from May. So pretty much anything $40 and more that I sold. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested. And yeah, so this video is not too long, and since I want to film a few today, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. It was actually a fantastic week. I have not had this good of a sales week in months, and I was really worried that summer slowdown had already started because I was having a really hard time before I went on vacation, like making sales, and I'm just so happy. But yes, last Sunday, June 4th, I only had 2 sales. I sold this Fabletics sports bra. This was like the day I got back from vacation, so I hadn't really posted anything new, and I don't think I had my closet sharing thing on yet. So these were just kind of a couple of small sales, but this sports bra, which I think I got at the bins, pretty much the only thing I have luck selling from Fabletics any longer is their sports bras, and even those are slow sales that don't really sell for much. I do have some Fabletics pieces that I've picked up over the years, and also that my sister-in-law gave me with her donations during Christmas that I might just take to Plato's Closet because they seem to want Fabletics pieces. But anyway, this sold for $7 on Poshmark, and after fees I made $4.05. And the other thing I sold on Sunday was this Lululemon stressless hoodie. I have been hearing a lot that Lululemon is like not the top sports brand. I guess sports isn't quite right. Athletic brand to, you know, pick up and sell anymore. I've definitely noticed less and less interest in their pieces in my closets, and I'm getting less and less for them. I still think they're extremely high quality. I own some pieces, mostly secondhand pieces that I absolutely love. My husband has pieces that I pick up occasionally that he loves. So I know it'll probably always sell, but if it's going to be the most popular, most sought after athletic brand, I'm not sure. I know people say Viore is like the new thing, and I have yet to find it, but everyone, all like the resellers I've been watching recently, when they find it, they're like, they absolutely love that brand. So I'm definitely keeping an eye out for it. But anyway, I got this at the bins. So when someone offered me $35, I was fine accepting that. And then after fees, I made $28, and that was an older piece. So especially if I find newer pieces, I would still probably pay up for them. Not like tons and tons, and I probably would comp it. But I found some nicer, newer pieces that aren't just like basic leggings at a Goodwill near me. So those pieces I'd probably still pick up and pay up for. But if I see it at the bins, I'm probably always going to pick it up until it completely stops selling for me. Okay. Moving on, Monday, the June 5th, I had 7 sales, which is a great sales day for me. Usually I don't have that many sales in a day, especially on a Monday. But I don't know, people sending me offers. Maybe I was just like accepting more offers than I usually do because I was gone for a week. But yeah, the first thing I sold were these universal thread jean shorts. I've had these for a while. I probably got these back in Portland. I think I could have gotten them more recently, but I 100% got them at the bins. I will pick up Target shorts and other shorts that I think are cute because they usually sell pretty well in the summer, even if they don't sell for a lot. And again, even if they're not like the best brand, they do usually sell. These sold for $10 and after fees I made $503. Then I sold these Ted Baker men's shorts. These I did pick up recently at the bins. I actually had a different, like the same style pretty much, Ted Baker men's shorts that I had gotten a couple of months prior that hadn't sold yet. So when I picked these up at the bins, I didn't know if they would sell quickly, but this pair did. Maybe it's a size thing, maybe it was a color thing, but I do like to sell Ted Baker. I don't find it very often, and usually when I do find it, it's in men's pieces, and kind of like basic pieces. But yeah, these sold for $25 and after fees I made $20. Then I sold these J. Crew espadrilles. These came from a mystery box I received. If you guys remember, I got a Madewell / J. Crew mystery shoebox like 6 months ago, maybe a little bit, maybe not that long ago, but it feels kind of like a long time. I think I've sold through all but 1 or 2 pairs. There was 10 pairs of shoes in that box, mostly Madewell, mostly summery shoes, but I've sold pretty much all of them. I think I only got 2 pairs of J. Crew shoes. 1 already sold, I think. These were the others. Clearly, I don't have a great memory, but these sold for $28, which I was totally fine with. I think I paid about $13 per pair of shoe in that box, but I've already profited, and these were probably like the least exciting pair of shoes in that box. And yeah, they sold for $28, and after fees I made $22.40. Not something I'd pay $13 for in the store, but they were still a cute style in good condition, and I'm glad they sold. Then I sold these New Tag Diesel bootcut jeans. They were the Ron Har, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, style. So Diesel is a very expensive brand, and I've never had good luck with it. I found it a few times in the past, probably got it in some mystery boxes. I've sent it into the RealReal. I don't usually get much if they do accept it and sell it for me. But these I saw at a local Goodwill, and they were new with tag for like $200 something. So I bought them besides my better judgment. I'm like, maybe because they're new with tags, you know, they'll sell a little bit better. I think I got really lucky when I looked up the style and realized that they were actually, that style had been worn by Kate Middleton. And I was recently watching, I think an older video maybe by Kaylee Elaine, I want to say her channel's called. I'll put it up here on the screen. But I've been watching a ton of her videos recently. She's very knowledgeable. She has a very similar business model to me, somewhat. She sells tons more than I do, and she has like employees and everything. But yeah, she just has a lot of information. But anyway, I was watching one of her videos, and she was talking about ASO listings, which ASO stands for as seen on, and she was specifically talking about how she sold, I think it was Zara top or something, several times for good money because Kate Middleton had worn it, and just like kind of going through, you know, other like celebrities that had worn things that make the clothes more valuable, or other shows, like if your piece was worn on Friends and you have like the photo of the actor on Friends wearing it and your piece, that, you know, would sell better. Or like Gilmore Girls or Vampire Diaries, I'm not sure. But after I watched that, I made sure to change like my title, which already had like worn by Kate Middleton. I put like ASO, as seen on Kate Middleton. And I think that actually did help it sell a lot better because I was sitting on it for quite a while. But anyway, it actually did sell for what I had it listed at originally, which was $99, which is fantastic. And then after fees, I made $79.20. And then right after, I actually had another ASO piece sell. And again, I made sure to change the wording in my title so it said ASO, then the celebrity. This actually sold a lot quicker. This was a Point Sur dress, and Point Sur is a brand sold by J. Crew. I've actually had really good luck with this brand in the past, but I think I've only sold their jeans before. I never found like clothing, but I saw this dress at the bins, liked the brand, so I picked it up. It was bright yellow, so I didn't know how it was gonna do, but you know, good for the season. And then when I looked it up, apparently Reese Witherspoon, I believe that's how you pronounce her name, had worn it, so I made sure to, you know, put a picture of her in it, put that in the title. And whether or not that specifically made it sell faster, I'm not sure, but it did sell really quickly. It sold for $30, and after fees, I made $24. And I've actually found I don't always find things that celebrities have worn, but that's kind of why I always make it a point to look up style names. And I know not everyone likes to use like model photos or stuff like that. I do, as you can probably tell from my listings, but I think it's also just very valuable to look up the styles so you know the names of the pieces and if any celebrities have worn them or if they were in a TV show or something. If you can hear that sound, that's my husband, because every time I start recording, he has to start making loud sounds. But yeah, I like to kind of like, it doesn't always happen. I usually don't find a piece and be like, oh, I know that that was worn by XYZ. Usually it is just like a coincidence, but I do actually think that that can increase the value. I found a pair of rag and bone jeans recently at the bins that were worn by Kendall Jenner, and I think that really has increased the value. They haven't sold yet, but I've always had a hard time selling rag and bone jeans, even though they are expensive and high quality. So I think that is going to help it sell once it does. And just over the years, I've had random pieces that were worn on TV shows, and I just always like to include that in like the titles or descriptions. Then I sold on Monday these FLYP leather sandals, and I have never picked up or sold the brand FLYP. In my knowledge, they're kind of like those Skechers shape-ups or whatever you call them. Like you kind of work out while you wear them. But I saw these at the bins recently and I'm like, oh, those shoes are really cute. And then I saw that they were FLYP. And I was like, oh, I don't know like if those have value, if they hold value, if they're expensive to begin with. But because they were so cute, I did decide to look up comps, because in my mind, if somebody wanted to try out FLYPs and were like, oh, I'm gonna see if they work, you might as well get a cute pair, because then if they don't work, you'll still have cute shoes, if that makes sense. And I looked up what some of them were listed for, and they were listed like 30s, 40s and up. So I thought, why not try it out? And yeah, I took them home. They were actually real leather. They were in great condition, which was another reason why I picked them up. I didn't have to clean them too much. They weren't that worn. But this style I think was just kind of really rare. And yeah, they were really cute, great color, and they sold decently fast. They actually sold for $59, which I thought was shocking. I think originally I had them listed for $66, so this sold on an offer. But I'm so happy, and if I find this brand again, I would definitely look it up and comp it. But yeah, they sold for $59, and then after fees, I made $45.18, and I got those at the bins where my shoes are $3.05 a pair. And then the last thing I sold on Monday were these Vineyard Vines men's shorts. I got these in Haight Ashbury at a Goodwill. I think I paid maybe $6 or $7 for them. I like to sell Vineyard Vines. I really don't find it that often because I live on the West Coast. It's just not as popular, but I do know it holds value and I like to sell it, especially for the spring and summer. Some of the women's like really colorful like dresses in good sizes, especially like bigger sizes, can get you so much money. So I'm always on the lookout for those, but I don't think I've really found one yet. But anyway, these shorts sold for $32, and after fees, I made $23.58. So on Tuesday the 6th, I had 6 sales, so another great sales day. I sold these Hannah Anderson teal overalls. I've had these for a while. I got these at a bins in Portland. I believe Hannah Anderson is headquartered in Portland or somewhere in Oregon. I used to find her pieces a lot. She makes kids clothes, but I think she might also make like mom clothes too. I'm not sure. But I thought these were really cute, and I've had them for definitely over a year, so this was a very slow sale. But they finally sold. They sold on Poshmark for $12, and after fees I made $9.05. Then I sold this Savage X Fenty bra. This also came from the bins. Saw the logo on it. It was just kind of like a cute neutral style. It sold a lot slower than I thought it would, but I do know she makes some more like colorful or like patterned styles of like lingerie, so maybe the plain bras, not everyone's looking for them, but it did end up selling for $20, and after fees I made $16. Then I sold this Brandy Melville cardigan. Also got this recently at the bins. I pick up anything John Galt and Brandy Melville at the bins. It's not something I would pay up for, but you know, it seems to sell for me. It doesn't always sell for the most, but I also have in the back of my mind that Plato's Closet, the one near me at least, they say that they love selling Brandy Melville and John Galt. So if I can't sell it and I need to get rid of it eventually, I'd probably send it into them and get at least a couple of bucks. But this was a super cute style, great like condition. It ended up selling for $27, and after fees I made $19.58. Then I sold these Aloe Yoga joggers. I was so excited to find these. I actually found these recently at the bins. I haven't found this brand in such a long time, and to find it at the bins, I was just so happy. I think people just kind of, you know, missed it, looked it over. They were black joggers in a size large, which unheard of. I feel like I only find good brands in super small sizes. But yeah, and they were in great condition. An older style, but a still very like sought after style, like I think like a moto style. They ended up selling for $50, and after fees I made $40. And I think the last time I sold Aloe, I had also found it at the bins in Portland. They were a pair of joggers that literally looked like a cat had like attacked them. They had all this like holes in them. But I'm like, this must be like meant to look like this. And I eventually found the style and they were meant to look like that, and they did sell really quickly, but I don't know, it was just kind of funny. So anyway, the next thing I sold was actually on Depop. It was another recent bins pickup. It was this Lacoste, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, green tank top. I saw it, thought this looks like a Depop sale. I didn't think I was gonna get too much for it, but it's green, which is a pretty trendy color. And I just feel like tank tops, like Y2K tank tops, are like super trendy right now. Anyway, it's only sold for $11, but it was a real quick sale. And after fees, I made $8.94. And then the last thing I sold on Tuesday was this 90s Liz Claiborne skirt. I actually got this for myself at a local Goodwill. I think skirts are like $6.99 maybe. So not like the cheapest, but I didn't really like it. I didn't like the way it looked. And I was like, I could just sell it. And I was just hoping to get my money back, and I did. It ended up selling for $20 on Poshmark, and after fees, I made $16. Then Wednesday the 7th, I had 3 sales. I sold this new tag unemployed denim Rumble collab Chicago crew neck. If you've seen my recent bulk box unboxings, I think I've posted 2. I believe this was in one of them. I think it was in my first one actually. It said Shy on the front. I found out that this brand does a lot of city sweatshirts, so they'll say like different city names on the front. So Shy was for Chicago, but it was a Rumble collab, and I guess Rumble is like a boxing class place. I don't know. I could barely find anything else like about this brand or the collab they did, or if it had any value. But I listed it kind of high and just, you know, was hoping for the best. I wasn't getting too much attention on it, but I got a $25 offer on Poshmark, and then like 2 watchers on it all of a sudden on eBay. And so I sent the eBay watchers an offer, and someone accepted it, and yeah. It ended up selling for $49.99 on eBay, and then after fees, I made $44.43. It definitely would be something I would have picked up at the bins, but because there weren't really any comps or a lot of information about this brand, it's probably something I would have passed up, like paying up for. And I'm not sure if I would pay up for it. I think I just got really lucky that somebody was looking for it. Anyway, the next thing I sold was a new to me brand that I'd actually found at the bins recently. It's the brand 10,000, and these were a pair of men's shorts. I really only picked up these shorts because they were in like this pile of other like high quality men's items I found in one bin. Like I found 3 or 4 pairs of Lululemon shorts and a pair of sweatpants and this other brand of men's sweatpants, and then this like pair of shorts was with those, so I figured it was probably something high quality. And it was funny because like right after that I heard a different reseller talking about how they sold this brand. So it is definitely one to keep an eye out for. It sold really quickly. They sold for $37 and after fees I made $29.60. The brand is 10,000. And yeah, I don't know too much else about it, but it seems like they make a lot of like athletic wear clothes for men. And then the last thing I sold on Wednesday was this Storts, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, corset-like top. I've had this for a very long time. I got this in a bulk box back when I was living in Portland. It's always got a ton of attention, but it only just recently sold. It sold for $19 and after fees I made $15.20. Then Thursday the 8th, I had 5 sales. I sent a bunch of 20% off offers on Thursday. It's kind of like what I like to do on Thursdays, is send 20% off offers to all my items. And a couple sales came from that. I sold this cut from the cloth pair of linen shorts. These came from the bins recently. I only really do well in this brand in bigger sizes, like size 8 and up, I would say. Specifically like their boyfriend jeans I've done well with in those sizes. But these were a pair of linen shorts in a size 12, so I figured they would do pretty good. They ended up selling for $15 and after fees I made $9.98. I did get a pair of pants in those bulk boxes that I was talking about recently that were new at tag. They're like a snake print, but they're a size 0. So I'll be interested to see how those pants do. They're definitely more of like a fall pant. But yeah, I don't think those are getting as much attention as I have on their bigger sized pieces. Then I sold a bundle. I sold this athletic crew neck, which was like a camo print, and a Free People poncho. The crew neck I got probably 2 or more years ago in Portland, probably at a Goodwill, probably paid up for it. Back when Athleta was doing better, back when camo pieces were just like selling so well for me. And then the Free People poncho I got recently at a thrift store nearby. I want to say I spent probably like $8 on it. So for both of them together, I probably spent around $20. But again, that Athleta crew neck was like worth nothing to me because I've had it for so long. But she bundled them together and offered me $48 and I decided to accept because I'm just trying to get some more quick sales. So they sold for $48 and after fees I made $38.40. And then I had my best sale of the week, probably my best sale of the year. And I sold this vintage Gucci catsuit. And if you guys remember, I got this 2-3 months back maybe at the bins. I literally walked into the bins. It was so busy. I went to a bin that was already looked through. I picked this up and I'm like, oh, this feels really high quality. But there was no tag where you would think there was a tag, like at the back of the neck area. And so I just kind of like looked at the rivets, which are like the, you know, kind of like buttons on them quickly because it's easier than digging around for tags. And they said Gucci. And I was like, put it in my bag. I'm going to check later if it has a huge hole or a huge stain. I do not care. Gucci at the bins is coming home with me. Did some research. Apparently it was from like their 1993 collection. It was a wool spandex blend, just super high quality. I wish it was more of like a wide leg or straight leg jumpsuit. Catsuits I don't think are super trendy right now, but it sold a lot quicker than I thought it would. I had no idea how to price this. I only saw one other one online on like a website I don't sell on. I can't remember what it was. Something like Grailed, but I don't think it was Grailed. And they had it listed for $4,000. And I was like, that's not gonna happen. I'm not getting $4,000 for this piece. So I just listed it at like $450. And I was like, we'll just see what happens. And someone offered me $400 on eBay and I accepted. And then I waited a couple of days because they hadn't paid. And I was like, I don't want to get my hopes up. Hopefully they pay. And they did. And I was so happy. So it sold for $400. It was a promoted listing and I had free shipping on it. So after fees and everything, I ended up making $308.63. And I do think that's probably one of my best bins flips. I had another bins flip once. It was a Chanel makeup bag that sold for $300, I want to say. And then I had a mink coat that I found at the bins that I sent into the RealReal that sold for like 600 and I made like 300 and something. So definitely up there. I was so excited. I hope they love it. Yeah, glad that sold. Then I had another eBay sale, this Chaps 3X rainbow plaid top. Now this isn't something I would normally pick up. Chaps is like a lower end line of Ralph Lauren, but it was a 3X. Again, I've been watching a lot of Kaylee Elaine videos recently, and she talks a lot about, you know, getting plus sizes and doing really well with like Ralph Lauren and this specific like rainbow plaid, and she talks a lot about like keywords and everything. So when I saw this, I had all that kind of like in mind. So I picked it up. I figured it would sell on eBay, and it did. Sold for $19, and after fees, I made $16.30, and that came from the bins recently. And then the last thing I sold on Thursday were these Patagonia cargo shorts. They sold on Depop. I was hoping to get more for these, but comps weren't as high as I thought they were. I got these at a Savers. I want to say I spent like maybe $7 on them. So not too bad. They sold for $36 on Depop, and after fees, I made $30.58. And then Friday the 9th, I had 6 sales again. I sold these Lululemon board shorts. These were with those men's 10,000 brand shorts I was talking about at the bins that day. These were an older style of Lululemon. I think they were 32, maybe, size 32. But in great condition. These sold for $23, and after fees, I made $18.40. Then I sold this vintage Orvis button-up. I just kind of liked the check print, still pretty trendy. It was single stitch, so I knew it was older. I didn't think I was going to get too much for it, but those things alone, I thought it would, you know, sell for something. Did sell pretty quickly, sold for $16, and after fees, I made $12.80. And again, that was from the bins. Then I had this soft surrounding sale. There were these pull-on embroidered jeans. I got these at the bins, but a little while ago now. Soft surrounding, like their embroidered pieces usually do the best for me, but their smaller sizes I have found to be pretty hard to sell. I think these were like an extra small or something, so not great, but they were at the bin, so I picked them up. They finally sold for $15, and after fees I made $12. Then I sold this new at Tags J. Crew jumpsuit. I got this at the bins not a year ago, but like right after I moved to this area, so like last September. And it was new at Tags J. Crew, which is great. It was a jumpsuit, which was also great. And then I realized after a while, like it was in my inventory and everything, but like I realized it wasn't listed. So I don't know if I never listed it and I just put it in my inventory without like doing the actual posting, or it got taken down or something. So recently I relisted it and it sold. It sold for $45, and after fees I made $36. And then I sold this vintage Diane von Furstenberg dress. This was like from like early 2000s, 90s. This had also gotten a lot of attention. I got this 6-7 months ago in a DIY designer box. That wasn't very good, but I liked the style of this a lot. Very stretchy, fit a lot of sizes. It's like a milkmaid style, which was definitely more trendy when I listed it than it is now, but I had it listed for $100. It was getting a lot of interest, but it's been a long time. So when someone offered me $50, I decided to accept, and after fees I made $40. And then the last thing I sold on Friday were these new at Tag Old Navy khaki shorts. These came from my recent bulk boxes that I received. I got a lot of new at Tag in them, which was absolutely fantastic. These sold pretty quickly for $19, and after fees I made $13.18. And then yesterday, Saturday the 10th, I had 3 sales. Yesterday was actually really slow. Not sure why, but it was a lot slower than my other days had been. And all my sales were actually on Mercari, which has been really funny because for whatever reason, even though I've been cross-listing to Mercari like a lot, my sales have been so slow on there. Like the 2 weeks before I went on vacation, I had like 2 sales all those 2 weeks, which is very weird for my Mercari. But yeah, I'm glad I've been cross-listing on there because all my sales from yesterday were on Mercari. so made up for it. But I sold this John Call San Francisco crop top. Got this at the bins recently. I live in San Francisco area, so it's not that weird that I found it there. Sold on Mercari for $12, and after fees I made $9.83. Then I sold this Abercrombie & Fitch men's linen popover. Got this at the bins recently as well. I wasn't 100% sure if it was men's or women's, but it was very oversized, and I figured it was men's. And yeah, I feel like I could have made more on this and maybe listed it a bit higher. But when someone offered me $21 on Mercari, I just decided to accept, and after fees I made $17.65. And then the last thing I sold yesterday on Mercari were these Everlane wide leg pants. I've had these for a while and I think they're super cute. I really thought they'd sell faster. Everlane has been quite slow for me recently, but these are wide leg. They're very interesting, like blue color, very trendy, and I was just hoping someone, you know, would buy it sooner. But someone did offer me $44, which I'm super happy about because I have been getting a lot of lowball offers, like in the 20s on these pants. So I accepted that, and after fees I made $37.61, and those pants I got at a local thrift store, so I spent probably like $10 on them. All right, so my gross total for this last week was $1,323.99. And then after fees of $272.39, I net $1,051.60, and I could not be happier. That is what I wish every week was like, though it usually isn't. I usually make like half of that. But if I can keep this up, I'd be so happy. I have been going to the bins a lot recently, as you guys have probably noticed with my videos. And I got those bulk boxes, so I've had so much stuff to list. I'm close to almost 800 active listings currently, which is wild. Because not too long ago, I was just in the 500s. So yeah, got a lot to do. I'll have another couple videos filmed today, and hopefully get the rest of my bulk box videos posted for you guys, because I know you've been enjoying them. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great time sourcing and selling this week, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye!